Okay, so we're now ready to actually start on a project. We're going to put a sample project together and I'm going to walk you through the considerations and the things you might want to actually think about. And in this sample product, what you want to be doing is deciding on the product you're actually going to make. So you've done your research, you've looked at different things that are on the market, different types of products, and you start to now go out and do research on what your pricing and costing will be. And you want to piece this all together to create a cost analysis and time schedule. Really do treat this like a business, and you'll find that the results are much better because you've planned the whole process properly to begin with. And you also want to then list who's going to do what. So is it outsourced? Is it in-house? You decide what you're going to be doing. Okay, so I've opened up an Excel spreadsheet here and it gives me some kind of way of managing my product. I'd also have a notebook ready to make notes, but I've allowed for notes on the page here as well. You actually get this included in this course. So if you look at your resources, you'll find there is this spreadsheet here. It's called Project Planner. And then you can open it up and you can amend it and take bits out and change pieces as you start to do more and you want to do different types of projects. Then you can amend this to use as you see fit. It's yours, but it's giving you something to work with, a cheat sheet if you like, to begin with to help you out. So I've decided that my very first project here, in which we're going to walk through as an example, is going to be an ebook product. And the way I'm going to do it is I've decided that I'm going to, and again, this is where it's important that you make notes about how you're going to piece things together. The way I've decided is I'm going to actually have articles written, and then I'm going to tie that together into being an actual ebook. And the way I do that is I would typically outsource, and I'll show you that in another video, and outsource the articles, but I'll decide the title of each of the articles up front. So I know in my mind already how the flow of the book is going to work, and then I'd outsource it. You could actually outsource it as an ebook if you like. It's entirely up to you how you do it, and then we'll look at different perhaps ways as we go through. But in my mind at the moment, the way I'm starting the product is I'm going to have it written as a series of articles. So I've got articles here, and I'm going to put in a price against how much that's going to cost me or what my budget will be. Images inside the book, am I going to use free images that are available on the net and then just quote where I found them, or am I going to use some actual stock footage that I'm going to pay for? Maybe I'll do a combination of the two. So in my notes column over here where I've got my notes, I could start making notes to myself to piece this together. Website design, am I going to outsource that, etc.? How much will it be? Am I going to have a video squeeze page? If I am, how much is that going to cost me to have made? The sales copy for the video squeeze page, or for the sales page perhaps. Then the video to go in the squeeze page, how much will that be? Affiliate tools, am I going to have like an affiliate tools page? Am I going to create that myself, or again am I going to outsource that? If so, what's the price? The affiliate tools for a Warrior Special Offer, we said we're going to sell it through the Warrior Special Offer and the Warrior Plus, so we might want to have a separate set of affiliate tools or banners if you like, even for Warrior Special Offers, to put our price in there. Are we having general banners created? Again, how much will that be? The affiliate payout, what's that going to cost me? Am I going to include that here as a cost? You can either put it in as a fixed figure of how much you think it's going to cost you, or you could leave it blank and just deduct it from your income when you... We'll come to that in a second. The cost of running the actual Warrior Special Offer and then using Warrior Special Offer Plus, a domain name, the hosting account, how much is that going to be? An autoresponder account, am I going to have an autoresponder series for my affiliates, for my customers, for my potential customers? Again, think about this as you're going through reading this list. It's work that's got to be created. You've got to write the autoresponder copy, or you're going to outsource that. The free giveaway report, are you going to have a squeeze page? If you're not going to have a squeeze page, obviously then these ones up here won't have any relative cost. But if you're going to have it, are you going to give away a free report on the squeeze section? Again, the nice thing about doing a Warrior Special Offer is we might be just selling the product directly here. We might want to have this created later. Or if it's a business in a box package, we might want to create this to give to our purchases in the Warrior Special Offer forum, but I need to have it made. So you want to consider all these elements. The payment process, am I going to use a payment processor, or am I going to use ClickBank? So if I am, is it going to cost me to list my product in the marketplace? All these things you need to be considering and putting a price against. How am I going to deliver this product? Is it going to be through a protected download link? Is it going to be through a password protected folder on my site? Is it going to be a naked link that people can just download a zip file from that's just got a weird name so it's hard to find? Am I going to use a membership script software to deliver it in, or something like a protective guard that protects download links? If that's the case, what's my cost going to be here? And when you're doing this the first time, some of these costs might be higher because you're starting out. And then later on, when you do more products, you don't need to rebuy those pieces of software or membership scripts or whatever. So it's not costing you any money going forward. So your costs will come down as you do more projects, but allow it in here so you've got an idea. And also, who sets this all up? Is it going to be you, or are you going to outsource this to someone else? Maybe a freelancer, maybe someone on the Warrior Forum in the Warriors for Hire section who's a webmaster. Decide on how you're going to do that and then put a figure against it if it's relevant. And that's where this comes in here, the who section. And you'll see here we've got a key. So if you're going to outsource it, just put in an OS in here. If you're going to do it yourself, then just put in in-house, so you know that who is going to be responsible for each stage of the process, and also put a time scale to complete as well. So you might want to put this time scales in terms of hours, days, weeks, months, whatever you feel more comfortable with, depending on the time you've got to commit to the subject. I'm going to put it in here in terms of days, just so I can include it all and get some kind of idea, or I might put it in hours so I can relate that to days. But you can use this form to how you like, and then also make notes as you go along. So that's this section. Okay, so I've gone through the process of the first section, filling it out just to give you some ideas here. I've decided that I'm going to put it together using articles, and I'm giving myself a budget of $150 to have the articles, and it's going to be outsourced, and I'm going to give them 5 days to complete it. And I've put a note, target freelancers who deliver in timescale. So when I know that when I start to come to writing my spec for a freelancer, I'm going to give them a time scale in which they need to deliver, and ask them to confirm that they can do it in that time. Images, I'm going to go through pulling free images off the web and making stuff so it's going to be in-house, because if I choose my topic, it's going to be related to content that I can pull from the web. Then I'm going to use that in-house. And I've given myself a couple of hours to go through the book once it's completed and tie the book together and put in the images. The website design, the video squeeze page, I'm going to perhaps outsource in this project. So I've put a price against what I'm, after doing some research on the web. And make sure you do this. Go to the Warriors Hire section, go on the web and look for designers and squeeze page makers, get quotes for projects and look at what they charge for different parts of their portfolio packages, and then put a price in here so you're starting to build up an idea of what your costs are going to be. Sales copy for the sales page, going to write myself and give myself 2 hours to do it. The video, the affiliate tools, I'm going to outsource, as well as the banners. Affiliate payout, I'm going to leave here at the moment. The cost to do a Warrior Special Offer at the moment is $40, so I've allowed for that. And also the cost of the Warrior Special Offer Plus is $20, so I've built that in. My domain name, if I'm going to have it on its own domain rather than part of a group of like within one domain. The hosting account for the month cost, because I'm going to allow that each month I'm going to launch a new product, so I can allow and incorporate just 1 month's hosting into the cost of this product. Then my autoresponder account, I'm going to use 1 month's worth of costs to allow me to offset some of the cost of my autoresponder into this project. The copy I'm going to write myself for my autoresponder, again giving myself 2 hours. The free giveaway report, I'm perhaps going to do either myself in-house and allow that in part of the setup process, or I'm just going to pull together 1 or 2 of the articles and give them away for free. But I'm not going to associate any cost to that or time, because I'm going to incorporate that into my setting up at the final stage. Payment process, I'm going to use Warrior Special Offer Plus, so I don't need to incorporate that. I just need to have a PayPal account, which I do have. How to deliver, I'm not going to charge, it's in-house. Again, I'm going to do a zip file through the Warrior Special Offer process, so I'm not going to need to worry about the cost of delivering it. But setting it all up and allowing myself time, I'm going to allow myself 4 hours for all the what's left. And a note to myself is that I have 2 hours free per day, so therefore it's going to take me roughly 5 days to set this whole process up. So I now know that the process is going to take roughly five days for me, and I'm going to allow also 5 days for the content to be written. My total cost therefore so far on this project that I forecasted will be $446, so I know what my price will be. I can then start making other notes in here as well if I like, or I can use a traditional notepad, but I've put this in here for you so you can use it as you like. And then I've got a little thing here of an income forecast. All you need to do is fill in the figures to get yourself an idea. So is this going to be a list building exercise, in which case you don't mind perhaps if you don't make any money on this because you're going to build a list and make money later. Or it could be that you're going to make some sales and you're going to make payments, and I'm going to walk you through that now. So let's say, for example, we're going to sell our ebook product. We're going to actually sell it for $7 on the Warrior Forum. We're going to have a one-time offer which we sell also at $7. And the way we've decided to do it is that in this particular case, we could give 50% to both on both ends. It's entirely up to you. So if, for example, we're assuming that we're going to sell 50 products, we can see here that the main product sales will bring us 350. So then we're going to hope that we convert by doing a great one-time offer. We're going to convert 20 people on our one-time offer price, which is going to bring us then another 140, which shows us a profit of $44. But remember, we said we're going to pay 50% of each. So I need to work out now how much that's going to be here. So what I've gone and done here is just put in a little affiliate commission calculator for you as well. So you put in the percentage that you're paying on the main product, and it will then work out how much based on your forecasted sales you're going to pay to affiliates. Also, one-time offer the same. I'm going to pay 50%. So it's given me a figure here, and it takes my total affiliate payout and it's put it into now my affiliate payout up here. So if I put all this as 0, it won't include this as a cost. So now it's changed my total costs, gives me my total income, and tells me how much I'm going to lose on this particular project. And you can do what you like from here. You can either use this to tweak and try and change things to make it better. You could either look at reducing some of your costs if you're looking to break even. You could look at some perhaps more upsells that you're going to do following on from this. It's entirely up to you, but it starts to give you an idea of a profit and loss forecast for you and what you think you can achieve. So let us say, for example, that you're going to pay 50% on the front end product, but you're not going to pay anything on the back end product. Your costs, then your loss then just comes down to 131 instead of 201. You can play around with this as you like. You might make it that you are targeting 75 sales and 35 on the back end, and then you can see now you're making a $61.50 profit. But play around with this, but don't manipulate the figures just to make yourself a profit. Be honest with yourself. This tool is here to help you just to put together some kind of idea and get an idea of whether or not a project is actually viable and something you want to proceed with. And as I said, this is included in your course, so you're more than welcome, and encourage you to use this to start laying out what your project consists of, who's doing what your costs are, what your forecast income is, and therefore what your projected profit and loss is. The nice thing about this as well to remember is, in this particular example, if you make 75 sales, even if you only made 15 sales on the back end, let's say you make a 15 sales, so you're making a loss now of $78.50. You might look at this to start with and go, ouch, I can't afford to do this. But what you need to consider is, if this was actually a reality, if you've just gone from the 0 list to a 75 list, that's actually quite a nice list to go from if you've not done anything before, if it's your first release. And if you consider that you have, again, think about your funnel process. If you've now got a back-end product, it's not the one-time offer product we've got listed here, it's a back-end product, so you've got another product that's written and ready to go. And let's say that was included in all your forecasting. So let's say you added another report in here to be written, and all your costs were going to be included in this process that you've allowed for, and this was your cost to actually get 2 of these products done. And you now send out an email 2 days later to this 75 saying, I'm about to launch another Warrior special offer, but before I do so, I'd like to ask you, give you the opportunity to purchase before anybody else does, yada, 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 and you sell it to them. Again, you sell it at $7. This time, though, you're not paying out the 50% commission because these people are already on your list. And if you sold 30 of these people on your product at $7, you've just made another $210. So your $78.50 loss has just turned into a profit, and that's before it goes live on the Warrior Forum and you start the whole process again. So think about things like this and think about what your strategy is. Like I said, know what your end game is. Are you looking to build a list or make money, or both? Are you willing to take a hit the first couple of projects that you launch? Allow for those things, but this will allow you to put together the planning process, and I hope it's of value to you and helps you when you're launching your first project.